Good morning, traders. Have my mic muted. Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back, you amazing individuals in the Framework Fortune community. It's a good day. It's a good day for everybody in the community, and we'll be talking about that later. For now, though, let's find out what the hell is going on in this market. I know we got Ethereum breaking out up over 3,300, Bitcoin at 47,000. So I was kind of expecting some movement in those crypto stocks. Look what's going on in the indexes and futures here. Maybe if it'll let me. There we go. Yeah, you can see Ethereum just on a tear right now on this 2-hour chart. Let's see, the dollar is strengthening. Means probably more money's coming out of somewhere. Gold's still hanging where it was. Oil is down. Silver's holding 25. Well, it looks to me like crypto as it is then. Well, let's actually see what's happening here this morning so far. Good morning, Eric. How's it going, my friend? Okay, what do we got on these scanners? DATS up 70%. Nice spike there. They're doing an NFT monetization platform. Crypto play up 70%. Poly. Somebody's buying Poly. Don't care about that. CLZ. No news. Medical stock. I don't care. GROM. Care about that. MULN looking like it may die soon. Let's see. Did MULN have something? Yep, they announced a common offering. So guys, this is one of the most important things. Well, not really one of the most important things. There's so many important things. But this is a very important thing to realize when day trading and swing trading these lower price stocks and these low float stocks. MULN, I don't even want to look at it. Oh, I am looking at it. Let's see. More than likely, because although this is a mixed offering, but still, now it says they strengthened their balance sheet. But a common offering, which this is mixed, so it's going to be partly common offering, is going to be them adding a bunch of shares to the supply. So when that happens, and it happens quite a bit down here in these prices, you tend to get pretty big pullback. So you got to be aware of that. You got to be aware if you're going to be holding a play like that. DGBI is also, I believe, that's an e-commerce. I don't know if they have any. Nah, let me look at that. Mid-float HYMC. You finally started moving. Look at you. Alright, so now that HYMC is moving, and I have heard AMC is up. Yeah, you see AMC is up a couple of dollars. If AMC starts getting all the crazy hype again, I'm not touching it, but I will touch AYMC or HYMC. We got American Airlines, little push up. Nothing really going on there. Pot stocks down today. Got Poly. Again, DLZE, GameStop is up about 6%. BTNX is energy. BBY is Bed Bath & Beyond, so I don't care about nothing in that. Yeah, HYMC, only thing up on the metals chart. Barely anything up on the oil chart, or the oil scanner. Alright. I do believe, let's see here. They had, what do they have here? A couple of days ago. Positive data from that stem. How many shares is it? Well, it's pretty low flow, only 6 million, so we'll keep an eye on it. It is uptrending somewhat. Well, I shouldn't say somewhat. It's extremely uptrending, but BTBT, that's up 6%. Crypto play, BTCS. BTCS. Let's see you here. Yeah, BTCS is close to going back bullish. It's had this nice little dip, rebound, starting to push up. DRTS, what was that? That's that stupid medical play. I don't care about that. TCAT, I believe, is a crypto play, but it's This looks like we've got the SPY and everything rebounding. The market's rebounding. For now, we did, let me pull this over real quick so you guys can see this. We did break up out of the sloping channel, but you know, we're barely broken out so far. The 10-day moving average still hasn't crossed the 50, so we're going to have to see this push a little bit more, probably over 15,000 on the NQ to see the SPY continue, because even though it broke that downtrend, now we're running in to 15,000, which is going to be stupid strong resistance more than likely. And that's where we're seeing pressure at already. Okay. Well, there's really not a lot at the moment that I'm seeing. Good morning, Sharima. Good morning, Donnell. Good morning, Austin. Got a entry on $1.80 on HYMC. Very nice. I would just keep an eye on AMC. AMC is going to kind of like be the daddy that's going to walk around HYMC, you know. It's going to be like walking its puppy. So it'll probably be HYMC could move with sympathy off of AMC, but it also, again, remember, HYMC is a gold silver stock that Sprott, a major silver and gold investor, invested in. So it's not, HYMC may turn into a meme stock, or it might start being a meme stock, but it is not a meme stock. It is a junior miner. If it turns into a meme stock, a lot of junior miner investors are going to make a lot of money if that is the case. You see it's testing at $2. Well, breaking through the 200-day moving average. I mean, it's looking pretty solid. They're talking about more future investments. But yeah, now that if it can continue to hold above $2, I mean, you're as good as gold. See what I did there? I mean, I like it. I like it long term without the AMC and, well, just without the AMC hype. So, matter of fact, you add in that AMC ape hype that may come in on it. Sounds appealing. DATS gotta have a pullback. It looks like it's going to slow down. It's straight up momentum. Let's see, let's check. I actually don't know. Whoops. I doubt, by the way, if you don't have Brave browser and you're still using Google, you should get Brave browser. It's way better than Google, and also it pays you in basic attention tokens to use it. So just for using this browser, I'm getting paid, where if you use Google, they steal all your information and sell it to somebody else, and you make no money. So Brave browser, blockchain browser, yeah. Okay, anyway, let me pull it back up, bam. Okay. Come on. Keep pressing other buttons. HYMC. Highcroft Mining. Okay. Do we have any shelf registrations? Primary. Let's see. There was some last year. And then you can see right there, Eric Sprott, ownership, 324, and then AMC. Right there, AMC as well. On the 17th, Mudrick Capital also got in here, and as well as White Box Advisors LLC, whatever that is. So it's not just AMC and Sprott that got into this. Some other institutional interests got in before they did. But these two shelf registrations, I'd say, have more than likely been enacted. That's almost a year old. They still could be active. We do the most. Let's see this perspective right here. This came out. When did this come out? Oh, March 15 is the. Yeah, okay, this was filed on March 15. Let's see, this prospectus relates to the issuance and sale from time to time of our Class A common stock per value of 0.0001 per share. Our common stock through or to B. Riley Securities Inc. as a seller, blah, blah, blah. Having an aggregate gross sales price up to $500 million. These sales, if any, will be made pursuant to the terms at the market issuance sales agreement dated March 15th. Sales of our common stock, if any, under this prospectus supplement and the accompanying prospectus may be made in sales deemed to be at market offerings. So they have this basically means they have filed to do offerings if they want to. Have they done any yet? Not likely this year, it seems to be. But they can. That March 15 one, that's only been 13 days ago. At the same time, this is where we're going to get a little bit tricky, okay? Just earlier when I was saying that these lower price stocks is something you got to watch out for, is those shelf registrations, those common offerings. On lower price stocks like that, normally it's just the company trying to scrape up any money that they can. Common offerings in real legitimate big, well, not you ain't got to say big businesses, but businesses like Amazon, or was Apple recently. They did, they did a stock split, which is not the same as a common offering, but you can see companies like that do common offerings from time to time to raise money for whatever their new endeavor is or whatever the reason they're raising money is. So common offerings can be a good thing, just not in the price range we're trading. However, with HYMC getting bought up by those two other funds that I don't know what those funds are, and being bought up by Sprott and AMC, well, the amount of shares, HYMC only has 100 million shares, so they may have to do common offerings to keep shares in the public, into the market, if institutions are buying up all the shares. So this one may be a difference, but again, This is a junior miner. Gold and silver stocks tend to operate just a little bit different than the majority of stocks. There's just a whole different, it's basically a whole different world compared to most companies because so much goes into mining companies. So they do have the common offering as a possibility at any time. They're going to use it, I guarantee it. But whether they'll use it all at once or if they'll use it little bits at a time to continue to raise money, that could be, that's, we're not fortune tellers. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to do, but it is good to keep that in the back of your mind that there is the possibility that they could start dumping shares into the market. But as I've said before, junior miners don't tend to slowly go from a couple of dollars to 20, 30 bucks like over a slow period of time. Usually if a junior miner is pulling out money and there's people putting money in the company like this, like Sprott, like if this was just AMC who was buying in HYMC, I'd be like, what does AMC know about mining? But because Sprott was a part of the deal, that changes the whole dynamics of it. So these junior miners, when they're pulling out gold or anything like that, and they start getting that type of institutional investment, they usually go up pretty quickly, and then they'll just hang out at their new price for a while. Of course, throw on top all the inflation, the war, all of that stuff, I've been bullish on gold and silver anyway. So, I mean, HYMC, even though I'm not in it currently at the moment, and it is still running, you're making some nice profit there. Who was that? It was in that Eric, I believe. Ooh, John F., why did you do that? Why did you buy this at 295? Look at this hour chart. I haven't even pulled off the hour chart because I'm not even looking for entries on anything yet. Because I'm still examining, but you bought this at the top, bud. I mean, it's trying to test that $3 area, but I mean, this thing has doubled in price, and you just bought the doubled price from this morning. I mean, it is like I said, it is a crypto play, and they're talking about their monetization platform. Let me take a look at it here closer on the 15-minute and see. And yeah, so you got some major selling pressure there. It is trying to. What are we holding right there? We're trying to hold basically 275 as support. Well, let's see. Do we have an uptrend right here? Yeah, we do have a little bit of an uptrend. So you're not okay if you got a a good stop loss close to the uptrend or whatever. You're probably okay, but I mean, we've seen where we've had one day, especially Mondays, where we don't have a whole lot running, but one stock runs pretty hard. My only concern, though, on this one is it's below that 200-day. And then also, we're not really seeing. Let me see. Let me pull up Marin Riot. Matter of fact, I'm going to take all these oil plays off real quick because I'm not worried about oil at the moment. Crypto's moving. I am worried about those. And that's a neural. Yeah. See, right here's a perfect example. NSRN, we saw rip hard last week. And guess what they did today? Or they did it last week at the end of the week. Some warrants were exercised. So that means some people actually bought more stock. Never mind. I thought that was a common offering. That's that. Strangely. I don't know about that. Anyway, IND all the way back down to 20. That could be interesting as it's coming back down lower, but oil kind of downtrending at the moment. CBTU. I'm gonna take all these off. SMBR. 9 marks. HH has got us covered. He's got all those on watch. APVO. That's therapeutics. I can get off here. UEC's uranium. UEC is still uptrending on the daily. That looks really good. Although it is running into a little top there, close to 6. Oxy, that thing's, yeah, that's gonna fall down quite a bit. EVGO, that's energy. So energy, just all the energy stocks falling at the moment. Of course, the SPY is rebounding, so take these lines off. TCAT, I'm gonna take TCAT off as well. Alright. Let's see. Mara, where are you at? Mara is up 9%, 10%. Riot is up 10%. So we got both those crypto plays up some. Oh, what is Coinbase at? Let's see. Coinbase up 6%. So yeah, you can see it's all the crypto plays that are in the green at the moment. Check Voyager. I know Voyager platform is moving up because their token is moving up. What is their ticker symbol? VY. This is an OTC stock. What is the name of the ticker symbol? It's like 5 letters. VYG. No. VYGF. Voyager. Let me just do it this way. Voyager Digital. There it is. VYGVF. That's what it is. VYVGF. Come on. VYVGF. Okay, it's not that. I spelled it wrong. I'm struggling. I'm struggling here. What's going on? No. No. You know what? Hold on. Just hold on a second. Let me pull this up and stop being stupid. Voyager Digital. I meant to put the ticker symbol. VYGVF. VYGVF. There we go. All right. My brain will work. Yeah, Voyager up 6%. Now, last time we went on a big crypto run, Voyager was up there. It got up to $30. But this is an exchange based out of Canada and I think mainly Canada. But it's a pretty good. They're talking about ApeCoin still. I ain't worried about ApeCoin. Doing just fine in the cryptos I am in. Okay. So yeah, I mean this list is all crypto plays. All the green right now. Voyager, Coinbase, BT, Mara, Riot, Cells, BTC, well not Cells, Cells and HYMC, the only two that are not crypto plays. Let's see, TATS is still pulling back. may have pulled on back to that 275 on the trend line, and then if we don't see it ride up, and also we do got to keep in mind, if Ethereum or Bitcoin decide to turn around and have a sharp pullback all of a sudden, that could yank any of these stocks down. So you do have to be careful. I don't really see that. I don't see that happening. Yeah, look at this. Ethereum's about to break 3,400. Let's go. Bitcoin's about to break 48,000. Those aren't major resistance lines. It's the 35 and 40, or 35 on Ethereum and 50,000 on Bitcoin. Once those break, we're back in a hot crypto market. But for now, we don't know for sure. You know, we gotta wait for the market to show us a little bit more strength. But that looks like where it's going. That's what I've been predicting for 6 months. I don't know. That we were going to start seeing cryptos come back alive. I was actually a little early on my prediction. I said February, March, and I thought it'd be in the middle, but we're almost going into April, and they're just now really starting to kind of heat up. Okay, well, we got a lot of comments here. Let me get to some of these comments. Oh, Eric Kemper, you said EQ. I don't even know what that is. EQOS. Is this a crypto play? Oh, they have a partnership with Buyfinity. EQONX. I don't know much about this company. I've never heard of them. Oh, it's a crypto exchange. So that's another crypto exchange. Yeah. Okay, nice find, Eric. I'm not familiar with this at all, but any exchanges, if money is flowing in the cryptos, those exchanges are going to be making some money on them fees, those centralized exchanges. This seems to be a centralized exchange. Coinbase and Voyager, those are centralized exchange. And any decentralized exchanges are not going to be on the public stock market. That's because they are not owned by any single person. Whereas Coinbase is owned by the CEO, board of directors, and the shareholders. With decentralized crypto platforms, if you are a coin or token holder, depending on what the exchange is, if it's on a layer 1 or layer 2, usually it's a layer 2 with a token. But if you have ownership into the token of the platform, you are part owner into that exchange. Whereas there's no CEO over it. Everybody would vote, so everybody kind of gets, they're part of the pie, versus the CEO and board of directors having full control over a project. See, BTBT is pulling back. Looks like all of a sudden everything, well, at least all the crypto stocks are pulling back at the moment. NQ with a little bit of a pullback. See, are we getting rejected off of that 4? Yeah. So we may see a little pullback here in the crypto market. We've got to watch here. On this 2-hour chart, Ethereum is slowing down into that 4,000 area. So we may hang out all day right below this 4,000 area, which could keep investors a little sketchy. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. See, wow. Okay, Bitcoin. Oh, this is the Bitcoin future, but it gapped up. Let me actually. I didn't realize I was looking at the Bitcoin future. Let me look at actual Bitcoin. Yeah, well, it looks the exact same. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move these downtrends. Bitcoin's broke all of these downtrends, broke that previous triple top that's been going on since early February. So looking pretty bullish there. Just needs to break this last little area to get. Oh, Shiba Inu fans. Shiba's up. Look at that. Big rip on Shiba. Or big rebound, I should say. Not really a rip. Bouncing off of that trend line. On up into that 3 cent area. So, you Shiba holders been holding, waiting for your chance. Looks like Shiba may heat up as well. Okay. That's starting to hold a little bit. Don't know about that play though. Getting up so high. Let's see. Whoa. Hold on a second. I just noticed. There we go. I'm going to say my volume bar should not be on my chart. I do not like that. That annoys the... Okay, so your uptrend is about right there. And right around, and yeah, still around that 175. Let me see something here. Let me fix this. Now, I do plan on taking a trade. I'm just filling things out right now. You know, we had a big switch there from oil selling off. Pretty much everything kind of calming down, except for gold holding and cryptos starting to push. But it's like a whole market shift of money. See if we have any patterns forming on anything. Okay, so Riot is below the 200-day, but right there at it. It's got to break 25, and that'll be back bullish. Mara actually is trying to break today. 10-day did cross over the 50. That's looking decent. We have a triple bottom. Look at this triple bottom here. 1 bottom, 2 bottom, 3 bottom, triple bottom on Mara. This 32 is some major resistance though. I'm gonna chart out some of these crypto plays real quick. Where is that resistance? Basically, yeah, it's basically at 32. Yep. You can see where it came down back here in the past. It was tried to hold a support there, ended up hitting multiple times through here as resistance, and then started holding up as support again through here before it ripped. So now that is holding up as previous resistance. So it's not only the 200-day, it is also past chart history resistance. Very strong resistance. Which makes perfect sense because Bitcoin and Ethereum are right at strong resistance. So actually, I'm not going to chart anything out. Think about it, because I have ETH and Bitcoin charted out, so there's no reason. They're going to move with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I do like Mara and Riot is very close to going back bullish. Let's see. DATF. Let me see. Let's check the hour chart on this. What we got, and just open a new candle. Okay, so on the hour chart, very important, this does not drop below 278 anymore. Because if it drops below 278, it's going to drop below the body, the top of the body of this candle, and the bottom of the body of the next candle. So there's some type of support, like we said, 275, and it is trying to hold. This is actually starting to go green on this candle. We got a lot of time left. Do I want to to take you for attempt for a $3 break now that you've calmed down a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to buy up high, but it is 388. That's the 200 day. There's a lot of congestion right through here though at 3 and 325. So that is being seen right here on the shorter time frame, but you can see it on the back of the chart right through here, this whole area. Pull my scanners up, see if anything new is popping up anywhere. Nope, nothing there. KXIN, that's nothing, looking garbage. Look how it's getting rejected multiple times at that 200-day moving average. A 200-day moving average is always going to be strong support and resistance, more than likely. Very rarely does things just blow right through that. Yeah, there's not much going on other than DATS and HYMC, maybe sales. Ooh, actually sales is looking pretty decent. That's at 6 million in float one. Not a crypto play, but let me put this out on an hour chart. Ooh, so we got exactly the same thing happening here on DATS and sales. This may be a little tug of war between those two in volume. Well, HYMC is still trying to break too. Actually, I like HYMC the best so far. How much volume is on HYMC this morning? Where did you go? 150 million in volume, so there's a ton of volume on HYMC. It is a higher float, around 107 million, but still. Let's see, we got resistance at 275, but if I could break $2, got root 250. It could run to 250 pretty easily if it can break to. DATS still holding. Did I just throw a wick down? No, okay. All right. Okay, let's see. So I see some very interesting stuff in the comments. Guys, I'm going to take a quick little break because I'm about to probably look for a trade. But then when I get back, we will go through all these comments. I'll get caught up with you guys, see where we're at. I'm just trying to figure out where money is going. Something my dad taught me from a very young age is ignore everything else and follow the money. You follow the money, you'll find the truth. Because wherever the money is usually where the truth is. And be very cautious on DATS if it starts to turn down. Like I said, and break that 275. But just looks like, I don't know. It's still too early to say. All right, I'm going to take a break real quick. I will be right back. We'll get called up and see if we can't find something to trade. All right. So, this whole past hour, what have I done? I have not took a trade. Why? I'm going through, this is my routine I usually like to do. I don't always stick to it, but I'm going to try to stick to it. When I get into the markets, even though I'm not up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning looking at pre-market. Usually I'm just going to bed around 4 or 5 from trading cryptos and working on whatever else I'm doing. So I usually don't look at the stock market till after 9. And the reason is that first 30 minutes is always crazy, and pre-market's always crazy. I don't care, especially on a Monday. I don't care what happens during then. I'll see it later, and then I'll decide accordingly. But I've spent the whole first hour analyzing all the markets. Where's the money going? What's the plays that are moving up? We actually are starting to get a little push here on DATs. Back to 3. But anyway, did my market analyzation, did my watch list, made my watch list, and then I took a break. Why did I take that break? To give myself a mental relaxation couple of minutes to reset my brain now that I know everything that is kind of going on, where the money's at. And that way I am not going to be too emotional. And that's just my routine. Everybody's routine can be different, but that seems to always work the best for me. So I've taken that break. I've analyzed, we're all good to go to try to make a trade here. If we see something set up. Which DATS is starting to kind of set up. I'm just like, again, I just don't like trading stocks under the 200-day moving average. All right, let me get to these comments here. Oh, it was Austin that was in HYMC. Nice job. Okay. So we got Lori. Good morning, Lori. If I didn't say good morning to you. Morning, John F. We talked about that. 294. Like to see. Not proud of your entry. Okay. 15 offering. Primary offering, similar. Offering, shelf registration is basically just a term for them registering shares. And I don't know if the shelf means, it's supposed to mean a shelf literally, but the way I think about it is a shelf literally. They're basically saying, hey, we're going to take some shares, so we're going to create some shares, and we're going to put them on the shelf. And then when our stock goes up in price, we're going to pull them off the shelf. And we're going to get some money for them. So that's the simplest way I think there is to explain it. If you really want to know exactly the terms of shelf registration and all that, you're more than welcome to research it. But it's one of those things, like, to me, I don't need to know exactly what shelf means in shelf registration. I just need to know if a shelf registration is going to be coming out, and is it going to be a bad thing or a good thing. That's all I need to know, to trade. So sometimes I don't have the exact definitions to things, and the reason is because I don't like to waste my brain power, because I don't have a lot of it. My memory is real bad. I don't have a lot of room to be stuffing things that aren't really going to be useful in making me profit. So knowing the exact definition of shelf and registration, or shelf and shelf registration, isn't really going to make me any profit. So apologies, I don't like I said, I just think of it like a shelf, a literal shelf. So it makes sense to me. But how H&H Trader's bigger on looking at shelf registrations, I'm usually not too worried about it, because if I'm trading one of these small stocks like this, usually I'm looking to get in way cheaper, way earlier than the rip that has already happened, unless I'm looking for like a possible scalp here on DATS, because it's what I'm looking at now, that and HYMC trying to hold $2 on this break. I just don't really want to buy it off of the trend line. See, BT still not doing much. BTCS still hanging out. I do still have 5 shares of BTCS. I'll probably hold these 5 shares forever, but I just wanted to be a part of the historical first dividend in Bitcoin out of the U.S. stock market ever. And not only that, but eventually I'll probably buy more shares of BTCS, as I believe in that company and what they're doing. Oh, this is looking pretty good here. We're starting to curl up off of the trend line. Let's see. If I was to get in now at 295, I'd be risking about 20 cents. Because I'd want to put my stop loss right around 273. We got 3 minutes on this candle to close, although it's looking like we may get momentum back possibly here. It does need to start breaking and holding $3 as support though here real soon. HYMC still not able to break 2. Okay. Let's see, Eric, you said Russia's on the gold standard. 5,000 rubles is 1 gram. I did not know. Did they? I know it wasn't before. I'm gonna take the shot. It's starting to break 3 now. Still got 2 minutes on this candle, so it could just turn around. And I don't like the fact that it just got rejected off of that 3. First off, let me look at my level 2 and time and sells. I'm not even looking at those. And let's see what orders are sitting here on this level 2. Nada. I'm just battling right now. Battling with this $3 area. Okay. Chrome browser got hacked. You heard? I'm sure Chrome browser has been hacked. I mean, you look at all the credit card companies, Citibank and all them, they get hacked all the time. Okay, let me see where we're at. We both can't be dyslexic, I know. Yeah, well, you know, I have my problems. Ripple ringing the doorbell to break that 200. Definitely a possibility. There's a dating website for NFT and crypto holders. Oh yeah, Lonely Ape Dating Club. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Anytime there's something new, there's going to be crazy things that come out of it. Especially with cryptos, where anybody can essentially start a project if you've done your research and know what you're doing. You're gonna get people with crazy ideas. You just gotta keep that in mind, And who knows? Maybe the lonely ape yacht club or whatever will bring some people together and they'll get married. That's all we can hope for them. But just as an example, I really don't even want to say this because this is a monetized stream, but we're pretty far along. There is a coin, well, I don't know. I think it's a token. There's a token, and I've mentioned it before on the crypto channel, but that token is specifically for adult content. Almost It's like OnlyFans but on blockchain. And the name of this crypto project is Cumrocket. And the name of the coin is Cummies. So that's as much as I'm going to say, because that is fact. That is not me. That's the name of the project. That's the name of the coin. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it. The ATS about to test, well, trying to test 3 again, still getting rejected. A lot of issues here. Okay. Coin diggers instead of gold diggers. Yeah, Austin, I agree. 3,500 probably is where Ethereum will get held up at. How do you know? So Lori said, how do you know everyone is really disclosing what they actually own? Well, because that's the way any blockchain is going to work. That data is going to be on, it's a ledger. It's a ledger of data that is, secured by the cryptocurrency of that blockchain. So while that sounds like a privacy infringement, most of the chains do not take your personal information. Your wallet ID, your wallet address is the only thing that you usually have to put in on decentralized exchanges. So when you have your own wallet address, if you trade, it's not going to show everybody in the public that me, Ben, CEO of Framework Fortune, traded this many coins of IMX token at this time. It's going to instead show my wallet ID and say this wallet ID, this wallet address traded this amount on this time and sold for that. So it's not like Gmail where you got to log in and give them your information and all of that on the decentralized exchanges. Now, if you go with centralized exchanges, Coinbase, all of those, of course, you're going to have to adhere to all the regulation. So you're going to have to submit an ID picture, put in your social security, all of that. And those centralized exchanges will have every transaction you've made in cryptocurrencies on their platform with attached to your name. So that's why it's, for me as a crypto advocate, I push for complete decentralization. It's nobody's business what I do with my money, right? And I hope all of you feel the same way. Nobody really likes it when the government comes around and is like, hey, you made a bunch of money, let me get some of that. Because what do they do with it? Taxes do have a purpose, but the taxes are purposeless when they're not being used for the purposes that they're meant to be used for. So just to throw that out there before anybody starts going, oh, he doesn't believe in taxes whatsoever, he's a crazy anarchist. Because that's, as soon as I always say I'm against taxes, that's the first thing that comes out of some people's mouth, is that I don't want to pay for roads, which is like such a dumb argument. Like, without the government, there would have to still be roads, The government didn't need to step in to make roads before the U.S. Was a full country. With just horses and carriages would beat down the grass and you would have roads at that time. But anyway, I'm not going to go off on that whole rant. That's a whole nother rant. Okay. Let's see. Would I risk losing 40% of my... No, I wouldn't risk 40% of anything on anything. Yeah, 40% risk is quite a bit. Because if you're risking 40%, what are you expecting to gain? You got to at least be expecting to gain an 80% win
if you're risking 40%, that's a 2-to-1 ratio. And, that's not the greatest ratio. It's decent. 2-to-1 ratio is not bad, but you really want those 4-to-1 ratios. Well, if you're like me and you're looking for the most bang for your buck, for the least capital and the biggest rips, uh, you know, if you're risking 40% and you want a 4-to-1 ratio, that's going to have to run. I mean, that's going to have to run 160% to get that 4-to-1 ratio, which could be possible with HYMC, but it's like this. I think I may have said it yesterday. If you put all your eggs in one basket, right? You put all your eggs, that's basically putting most of your eggs in one basket. What happens if it turns around on you, and your basket gets thrown off a cliff? Then your whole basket is going to be no longer existent. So that's why I trade all kinds of things, but I don't ever go like that much money on one single trade. We're getting a little sketchy here, hitting the trend line. Still with the sideways movement, not had any push up yet. Let's see, 281 is to hold a support. We do have 285 trying to hold. Can it hold? Yeah, okay, it's trying to hold. What's up, Orlando? BTCS, you said they've had mini shelf registrations? Well, two, you got to remember, BTCS only has 2 million in shares. So it's a very low float company in the beginning. As they grow, eventually they're going to have to issue more shares, or everybody will just own the shares of BTCS and there won't be any liquidity. I don't know what I'm trying to put in shelf. Ooh, that 285 is starting to crack a little bit. BTCS, let's take a look. But Charles, yeah, these are all the end of 2021, but they well, look how clear they are. Look how transparent they are with their funding or with their shelf registrations. So, investing in our common stock involves a high degree of risk. Please read risk factors beginning on S6 page. So I don't think they have. I think from my understanding, Charles ended all that. He ended all these. There's no shelf registrations anymore. Let me see. That was 21. I mean, we're, quite a way away. Just look at all the information. I mean, you know, they did do a bunch, but they just hit the NASDAQ last year too. But they say clearly, and I don't know exactly which one it is, I'd have to find. Maybe this is it. Preliminary revised proxy. Well, let's see. This prospectus, I believe, was for when, yeah. See right here, additional securities prior to self-registration, and then prospectus supplement for the primary offering. They did have that one primary offering. This was all from them uplisting to the NASDAQ, but this primary offering, Charles has canceled. He said it himself publicly. It is on their website. It is pretty much everywhere. It was in the interview with him. So, could Charles lie? Absolutely. Just because we're friends with Charles Allen and BTCS here at Framework Fortune does not mean that somebody can't lie. However, again, though, BTCS is, in my view, from all the research I've done on it, and of course I've talked to Charles Allen personally on the channel here live 3 different times, but I've talked to him in private. I have a meeting this week, Thursday, with Charles to discuss our relationship moving forward, as we are coming to a very big collision point, I'll say, for Framework Fortune as a company. So when I talk to him, I'll clarify. If I can I'll clarify that, it's not, and see if, he could know exactly. I'm sure he knows exactly which thing it is on BAM SEC that says that they stopped that. So I'll see if I can get him to clarify or give me something that shows that they stopped those offerings. But he has made very clearly he does not want to dilute the stock. He does not want to add any dilution at all. But that's why I say, do your own research. Just because BTCS is a friend of the channel, Charles is a friend of the channel, does not mean that you should go out and buy it. It does not mean anything like that. You've got to do your own research. We are very close to cracking this trend line on DATCS. We're getting some buy-in, trying to buy it up off of there. All right. Let me catch up. Where are we at here in the messages? Nah, yeah, I'm gonna call you out on that, DB. It's not, you can't say it's easy to realize that prices cannot stand so high. Not at this time when inflation's at 10%. Just because you got one short on a coal stock, the whole energy sector pulled back. Of course, you got a short. You got lucky that inflation did not increase rapidly or anything like that. You got real lucky. You could have easily woke up this morning and that short you were in, unless you got out Friday. If you got out Friday, then it's irrelevant. Okay. Okay, I do agree with that, Lord or DB. Hey, what's up, Josie? I'm just now seeing your comment. The ES just flushed. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah. Yep, that's what I was just saying this earlier. Just because we kind of broke that trend line the first time, that 10-day was not broke over the 50. It was kind of smashing into it. Yeah, that's a McDonald's pattern there. Of course, it is on the 15-minute. But yeah, that could change things. Good point out, Josie, as I was not paying attention to that this past little while. But yeah, that looks ugly on the NQ. Let me go into the hour chart real quick. Oh God. Yeah. it's still uptrending, but it didn't even get to 15,000. It barely could even get over 14.9 without having this nasty flush that Josie was calling out there. That's rough. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that, Daniel B. You cannot make money out of the market if you don't have trading ideas. The trading chart, well, I don't understand what you mean by that. Because Trading Ideas is a scanner company. Are you talking about the Trading Ideas, the scanners? Or are you talking about just having ideas about trading? Because you're going to have to elaborate a little bit on that. But as far as trading charts is 20% success, I would say around there. The biggest thing that separates traders, failing traders and successful traders, is psychology. I think it's 80% psychology. Technical analysis is great, but there's times when you guys have been following me for a while. I will say, I'm throwing technical analysis completely out on this play for now because this is a psychological play. So it's going to be psychological because there's people on both sides of the transaction, on the buy and sell side. So those human, if you know, let me put it this way. If you are not ready yourself, if you're not psychologically fit yourself, you are going to be a disadvantage to the people who are. And 90% of traders are not psychologically ready to take on the market at that capacity, especially with larger amounts of money. The more money you're going to use, the more psychological effects it's going to have on you. That's why as a new trader, I tell people, if you're a new trader, you don't need to go and put 25,000 in an account to start trading. There's no reason for that. Start trading with a small amount of money so you can get used to that psychological effect. And we are starting to retest 3 here. It's been a while of consolidation, almost an hour. And we are starting to break over 3. That little red indecision candle being followed by this green bullish candle so far. Still 9 minutes on this candle to close. So we want to see it close over 3 and see 3 start holding as support if we're going to make another leg up here. All right. So let's see what we got. No, that's real crazy. Daniel B., I got to call you out again. What are you talking about, man? Professional institutions make very rare money from another professional. The whole AMC GameStop was not about the retail traders at all. That was multiple institutions going against each other. Institutions will short each other all the time. That happens all the time. they'll short and go long and all of that. That's not accurate at all. That's nonsense what you said just there. Yeah, oil did get slammed overnight. Yes, exactly. Well, or Josie, exactly. What's up, Sicilian? Good morning, my friend. Yeah, I heard about Sundial getting hit kind of hard. Uh, what? Orlando, the institutions are the one who set up the BS to catch the retail traders. But institutions don't. See, here's the thing. Just because there's a ton of professional institutions out there does not mean they're all on the same side. There's all types of different funds. There's all types of um, different investors on accredited investors. There's all types of different brokerages. There's all types of different consulting firms. There's all types of different things that can be considered institutions along with all the banks, Chase and all of that stuff. They're not, they have to compete. They're not all on the same page. There's a group, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and all of that work with the government that have monopolized. But the institutions and stuff, you think that they sit there and let the AMC and GameStop people run those prices up like that and go against them? The institutions that they were cheering for, the apes were cheering for, that they took down because they may lose money. Other institutions were long on AMC, knowing damn well what was going to happen way before it happened. The whole idea of shorting AMC didn't just appear out of nowhere. That idea was put into somebody's head somewhere along the way. And then, of course, it spread throughout social media. AMC was going to die. It was public information. Every institution knew that AMC and GameStop was going to die. And the ones that were short on it, it was public information. So, of course, those other institutions knew that. They went long. The institutions that went long on AMC made billions, while the ones who went short got destroyed. They want to compete against each other because if you are a institution here, you're trying to get everybody's money in one place, right? Well, if you've got competition over here and the money's being split across, well, you're going to take that competition out, aren't you? Doesn't matter how big they are. If you're big too, you're going to try to take them out because you want all the money in your one institution. So it's the fact that people think that retail traders have any real bearing on anything at all is just nonsense. They don't. So the money that moves the markets is institutional money from both sides, short and long. They're going to compete against each other. So institutions don't buy at the top, but institutions will buy way before the BS is even created and make the BS. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Nah. Okay. All right. We'll pull up the receipts. You guys want to make me pull up the receipts? I don't say things unless I got receipts. It's not my opinion. I'm not putting out opinions about institutions and how they work. I don't have an opinion as far as how they work. My opinion of institutions is screw all of them. So I'm not putting out opinions by saying how things work. Institutional gains from GameStop 2021. Sinvest bet big on GameStop and won. The hedge firm, which posted better than an 85% net gain in 2021, identifies as current favorite stocks. So there's one. There's one so far. One institution that went long after 5 seconds of me looking. Oh, here we go. And this is CNBC, so of course this is going to lie, but GameStop mania may have not been the retail trader rebellion it was perceived to be. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Data shows institutional investors as drivers of large portion of wild price actions in GameStop last week. GameStop was not in the 10 most bought names by retail investors last month, according to JP Morgan. What was going on in the stocks forced the hedge funds to trade to cover, or they might have been playing to win too. If another hedge fund, a strategic investing company, knows that another strategic investment company's strategy is to short heavily, then of course, if they want to take that company down, they are going to squeeze them out of the short. Here you go. AMC was up there. And, you know, it was... yeah, right here's the prevailing narrative. Like, I hate CNBC, and I've got to agree with them on this article. I don't know who wrote this article, but they're pretty much on point. But right here. Although retail buying was portrayed as the main driver of the extreme price rally experienced by some stocks, the picture may be more nuanced. JP Morgan Global Quantitative and Derivative Strategy Analyst Ping Ching told clients in a note. JP Morgan's quant team uses public data from exchanges and applies a proprietary methodology to identify which flows are from retail traders. If you want me to continue, I can go on for days sitting here showing these receipts of what I'm talking about. But I can give you a perfect example that you all know has happened. It happened with Robinhood, right? What did Robinhood do? They froze everybody out from selling their stocks. And Robinhood also offers free commissions. Why do they offer free commissions? They offer free commissions to retail investors because they sell the order flow data. The order flow data is the level 2 data, the time and sales data, but they sell the data of what retail traders, what all the traders in Robinhood are owning, trading, and all of that, your names, all of that stuff, and they sell it to the institutions. The institutions know what you're doing way before you even do it. All right. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, One Life. Like you said, Daniel B. said, very rare money from another professional. Okay, this is it. This is the last thing I'm going to say about it. And if you have an argument against this that makes sense, please go ahead and have at it. This is the last thing I'm going to say about it, though. If there are billions of dollars being bought from institutions or being used by institutions to buy for billions of shares into companies or millions of shares, then there has to be somebody on the other side of a transaction. There is not retail traders who combined have enough money to go against an institutional investor. The stock market moves the way it moves because the big institutions can't buy in all at once. The institutions are constantly buying and selling against each other. That is not rare. That is literally the entire stock market. That is common. That is an everyday. That is happening this second on every single stock in the stock market. Institutions are pushing stocks around. We know that. Some institutions push them up. Some short them. There's no war of retail traders being able to affect the amount of money that these institutions are playing with. It's not possible. Once you and here's why I know, because once you make over a certain amount of money in the US, it shows on your taxes, you're then made an accredited investor. And once you become an accredited investor, you get all types of tax loopholes, things like that allow you to continue to invest, usually starting firms, funds, all of that stuff. To say that institutions are not fighting against each other, or it's rare, is just complete nonsense. I mean, I'm just being honest. It is. If you don't like that I'm saying that, I'm sorry, but that's just the fact that is what it is. So, you can argue with me all you want that point that institutionals don't go against each other, but that goes against the whole entire stock market as it's made up today. The institutions control the stock market from both sides. So, all right, anyway. Well, but it's not about me being right. See, this is the thing that bothers me. Like, I'm not even paying attention to the stock, and it's going up in profit, or it's going green right now. This is the thing. Like, it's not about me being right. I don't know how many times I got to say this. I don't care about being right as far as, oh, it's a pride thing. I'm right. Haha, I gotcha. That's not what I'm here to do. I am here to help. It does not help me to call something and then rub it in your face and say, haha, I was right. The only reason I rub things in DB's face is because he constantly argues against me, whatever the point is. And most of the time it doesn't even make sense. So because he constantly says I'm wrong about everything, when we literally have 3 years of live streams of continuously accurate predictions, who cares? Who cares about who's right? How is who is being right going to make you any money? I don't care about that. I care about the bottom line of making the money. And to make the money, you have to understand this stuff that I'm saying. It's not my opinion that the stock market is ran by institutions on both sides, long and short. That is a fact. This is not all retail traders in DATS right now. DATS, let's see, what was it at? What's the volume? Let me just pop volume on real quick here. $127 million in volume. HYMC, 184 million in volume. So 127 million. So we'll just say 130 million. I'm doing this off of one stock.
Y'all want the receipts? Y'all can get the receipts. There is a difference between an opinion and a factual statement. Just because you disagree with a factual statement does not make it an opinion. Okay? That's easy for people to do. Oh, that's an opinion because I don't agree with you. No, that's not how it works. There are facts and there are opinions. My opinions of the stock market have been pretty clear. Me just saying that institutionals are on both sides, the long and the short, should be a pretty clear and obvious fact. But for some reason, I don't know why, it seems like a troll that Daniel B would even say that. So let's see, the price is $3. So 130 million shares, $3. $390 million so far has been moved around by just today on DATS. 390 million is about what we're going to estimate. So let's just say 400 million, okay? Let's say just say 1 million retail traders have been trading this, 1 million different people. Now, these numbers are not going to be exactly accurate because people are going to be scalping in and out and all that, so we don't know exactly, but I'm just guesstimating. But let's say there's 1 million people on DATS today. All right, and it's all retail traders. And retail traders all buy 1,000 shares. Well, that would be $3,000 a retail trader, right? So you would come to $1 billion in money moved if that was the case. However, the number is way less. Why? Because there's not 1 million retail traders trading this right now. And more than likely, if there is, they're not trading $1,000 position sizes on DATS. More than likely, it's going to be less than that. But just on an average basis, the numbers don't even work out to where retail traders could be pushing this up. Retail traders don't have as much pull as we think we do. It is crazy human ignorance to think that, a small amount of the population, because that's what retail traders are. They're a very small amount of the United States population out of 386 million people. It's not a lot of people. So it's just not possible. Now, can a chat room push up a low float stock and make it rip? Absolutely. If the supply is low enough, then one chat room, of course, can make a stock rip. But that doesn't change the fact all during the rest of the time when the stock is not ripping, you have algorithms from institutions from the buy and the sell side and short side going on. Very little small positions, but still there are transactions happening all throughout the day on just about every stock. All right, anyway. Exactly, Josie. Exactly. What's up, One Life? I didn't even see you pop in there. How's it going, buddy? But yeah, institutions are also running a much different data feed than retail traders. It's not likely they're trading on TOS. You're right about that, Orlando. If tech does see any type of pullback, we'll pull back on the SPY. You're exactly right, because the SPY is heavily weighted in tech. That's very accurate.
See, think about what you just said right there. Sector rotation. You think retail traders are causing the whole stock market to go through a sector rotation? No. There's institutions on both sides. There always is. There's not a if all the institutions decided to band together and go against retail traders, we'd all be done for in a day. Do they like to hoodoo us out of money? Of course. I'm not saying they don't. All I'm saying is, stock market is the institutions. Both sides, long, short, buy, whatever. Just don't, just because the rotation is happening doesn't mean that the stock market's going to hold up, though. Don't get in that thought process just because money's moving around that this thing ain't going to come down still. They're going to move money around, but we're still way far from being out of the woodworks. So, there has been some rotation going on, but some of that rotation is coming out of the stock market. And I would say a lot of it is. And again, are the Feds going? I mean, look at the NQ. That's very close. This is very close to just dropping right back below the 200 and being back below the downtrend. Yeah. And that flush is just getting worse and worse there. But yeah, just don't. Nice pullback on Mara. With everything, with the SPY pulling back, I'm betting. Cryptos just had that pullback too. Or at least Ethereum and Bitcoin. Let me check here. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Ethereum had a small rejection. But not like the NASDAQ, which is actually a good sign. You can see right there, normally the NASDAQ pulling back like that would have had a real strong pullback on Ethereum, but it just pulled back $40. That's it. $40 on Ethereum is nothing. So this is what I'm saying. Just because there is a rotation happening doesn't necessarily mean that all the money in the rotation is staying in the stock market. Rotations can also mean money comes out. And, we'll see. Because I still think we're in a lot of uncertainty as far as where the big money wants to go. But I think, and this is an opinion, I'll start specifying opinions for the few of you who don't understand the difference between opinions and factual statements. But this is an opinion. I think the money is coming out of the stock market and into cryptos. And I've been saying that. That's a prediction. That's an opinion. But just the last couple of days, we've seen a ton of volume coming back into the crypto markets. Let me check real quick on this indexes and futures. Oil's back up around 107. Real estate markets actually rebounded pretty decently. Other than that, let's see, the US dollar is still strengthening. So with it strengthening, again, that means money is coming out. People are changing their stocks, their assets, into cash so they can put it into something else. U.S. currency is just a currency. It's just a middleman to move value from another place from one place to another. So we continue to get, as we've been seeing all this volatility, we've
been seeing the dollar will dip hard and then come up hard, dip hard and come up hard. And if we were to come over and pull up the NQ, what does that look like right there? Same thing. So when the stock market drops and money starts coming back in, hold on, let me see the timing of this. 20, yeah, okay, I'm on both 2 hours charts. Let's spread these up here. We're looking back to the 7th of March. 7th, okay, here we go. 7th of March, right here. So, dollar was strengthening 7th of March when the stock market was dropping. Money was coming out, back into cash, and it strengthened. You see that line follow. Stock market dropping, dollar index increasing. And then as soon as the SPY started coming up in that M shape there, go ahead and delete that. As soon as it started coming up, what happened? The dollar dropped because money came back into the stock market. Then the stock market dropped and the dollar strengthened. And then we had this huge big rip here recently. And the weird thing is, we saw kind of two rotations there where money did come in, but now here from March 15th on, you see that the NASDAQ has had money coming into it as it's been pushing up. When it started pushing up, the dollar started dipping, but money is coming out of somewhere again because the dollar since March 17th has been strengthening. Now, part of it could be economic factors like oil and stuff like that as far as adding into the currency valuation, but the stock market's kind of starting to lean just on this 2 hour chart. And the dollar, if we're looking at patterns, is in a big triangle. So now when we scale back on the NQ, whoops, what did I go into? Oh, I went into one range, okay. Now if we scale back on the NQ and look at where we're at. So with this rip, this last rip, there's been dollar strengthening, but the SPY looks like, or the NQ looks like it's about to fold over, which if it folds over, money's going to fly out of the stock market, which would lead to a very strong strengthening of the dollar momentarily. The dollar is set up in a bull flag pattern right now of this triangle that if the stock market drops anymore, we're going to see a ton of money leave there, strengthening the US dollar. And where's that money going to go? Because we're seeing high inflation. Nobody's going to want to keep US dollar. It has no value. It's a piece of paper. They're going to put that value in something else, whether it be gold, silver, which I think, gold's holding up pretty well, just trying to break that 2,000 area. But even with everything going on, it's had a few little pullbacks, but holding 1,900 strong. So I think we're seeing some money go into there. We've definitely been seeing a little bit more action in silver and other metals as well. And cryptos and real estate, those are the ones where it's still kind of like, is the money going to... is the money going to come out of the stock market out of the NQ and flood into cryptos, gold, and silver? What's it going to flood into? Because it looks, pretty clear that if we don't hold up here, we're going to have a significant drop in the market. Where's DATS at? I completely forgot about that trade. It's still holding around 3, so I'm not too worried about it at the moment. It did crack the trend line a little bit. Let's see on the hour chart what we look like. Okay. Let's see. Well, I mean, obviously I have to interpret. You guys are writing over text, so I don't have any tone of your voice or anything like that. So obviously, DB, of course, I have to interpret what people say. Like, that's why sometimes we may be arguing about two different things. Like I think it was last week or something. Me and One Life were arguing about something, and I still don't think we were arguing about the exact same thing at all. I think we were on two different pages. But yeah, I'll interpret it how I want for myself. Yeah, I will purposely take whatever you say, and I will make sure that it destroys any type of logic or argument that comes out of your mouth. Does that make sense? I don't have the energy to do that. I got too much to do. You're talking crazy. Just because I disagree with you does not mean that I am trying to break you down as a person. Don't take it so offensive, DP. We can disagree without tears, I promise. And you can throw all the jabs you want, but like I said, I'm not going to argue with you guys about stuff, I am just here to share my experience. And if I see something that is inaccurate information, I'm going to call you out. So, it is what it is. Alright, Dad's maybe giving up here if it can't break out. Let's see, it's 11:30. I'm going to go ahead and put my stop loss in here. Under at 1083 area, risk about 15 cents on 50 shares. So I risk about $10 on this Monday. 282. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Because if it cracks below the trend line and it dips below that previous peak, it's definitely coming down. So it is consolidating. If it is going to hold up here, it's still going to be a little while before it tries to break out. Because it's going to have to bounce off here. It's a 5-minute chart. Let me go on the 15-minute chart and look at this. So we can get the timing right. Yeah, so if it does hold up here, maybe another 30 minutes, 45 minutes before we could see it push. But we are going into lunchtime, which is usually slower. So we may see that pullback because of lunchtime. But I'm just going to hold this for now. Let it do its thing until it cracks this consolidation. No, that's not. I'm not turning it to a heated debate, Daniel B. You can say what you want to say, but if you say something inaccurate, which you said multiple things today that was inaccurate, I'm going to call you out on it. I'm not going to let nonsense information be put out there. If you
if you say something and you can back it up, then I will not say anything. Present me an actual case against for what you're saying if I disagree with you, and see if you can change my mind. But you don't do that. You resort to, oh, look at him trading 50 shares of a stock and only making $3, or, oh, Guru does this today. Like, you never come back with anything. Like, if you had something to back anything you said, bring the receipts. That's all you got to do. Anything I say and you call me out about it, I bring the receipts. I bring the charts. I bring, I'll Google and start pulling up information and all of that. It is what it is. But if you're going to disagree with me, don't get salty because you don't have any receipts. That's your fault. If you're going to come and spread information, make sure you're spreading correct information. That's it. Your opinions is your opinions. And I will disagree with opinions. But when you make a statement saying that institutional money very rarely goes against institutional money, that's not an opinion. That is a statement. You are saying it like a fact. And that is not accurate. So that's why I called you out on that. Not because I disagree with your opinion. Your opinion was irrelevant. The information you was presenting was inaccurate. And I expect the same from you guys in the community. If I say something inaccurate and you have the receipts to prove me wrong, do it. I want to be proven wrong. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say, I did not want to be right about high inflation and all this stuff going on and the U.S. being in the current position that it's in. I love the U.S. I didn't want all this stuff to happen. I didn't say it because I wanted to be right. I wish that I was wrong about all the stuff the last couple of years that's led up to all this. That's not a pride thing. I don't want to be right about a lot of my predictions. I hate being right most of the time because when I'm right, it usually means it's the worst case scenario. So I wish I could be wrong. Please. If you can prove me wrong or change my mind, do it. You have full opportunity to do it, but you can't just come in with a bunch of statements saying stuff and you have nothing to back it with. But I've given you, DB, plenty of times. I've given you even a shot live on live stream and all that. But yeah, you guys, like I said, don't believe me. Do your own research. Fact check me on all this. If you don't believe that the institutions did what I said today with GameStop and AMC, go actually do the research. I'm not going to do it for you. I did a couple of seconds of just Googling some things. But go do the research. And if it comes back that I'm wrong, come show me. Bring the receipts. I'll happily accept, oh, damn, I was wrong. How many times did I get in a trade and be like, well, I took a loss on that one. I was wrong on that one. I don't have a problem admitting when I'm wrong. But the way that some of you communicate with me is, I think you have the wrong perception of me. Like, I am not trying to be right about everything. Like I said, preferably, I don't want to be right because mine are always my predictions are usually worst case scenario. But, all right. Let's see. Oh yeah, Lauren, you're still dealing with all that. Austin, you're still holding half your HMC, tapping the upper trend. Stop at 178, slightly below your entry. Yeah, man, nothing wrong with that. Sounds like you got your plan. That's what you got to do. And it's still uptrending, so as long as you're uptrending and you got that stop loss in. At the moment, there is a little short-term downtrend that it's testing. You just don't want to see that short-term downtrend crack and turn into a long-term downtrend, but it's trying. It's trying to get that $2 break. See, DATS is back over 3, so that's still, still consolidating very nicely. Actually, that was pretty decent to see that it got bought up off of that bottom of 290 right there. But we do want to see $3 hold the rest of this consolidation. Like I said, we got about 45 minutes an hour. $3 needs to start holding support and not dip below. Like, we do not need to see any 299s or 295s or anything like that on the time and sells or level 2. We want to see nothing but 3s until this thing breaks out to the upside, if it is going to break to the upside. Okay. You're in on DATS at 3.01. Okay. Oh, good night, Lori Lee. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow morning if you come back. Oh, we're in the narcissistic hamster wheel. Sounds like it, I am a heavy case for doctors. Yeah, that's fine. I'll accept that. I mean, I say I'm crazy all the time, guys. That's why I say do your own research. Don't don't do what I do, because I'm crazy. I could be wrong about a lot of things. I'm wrong about a lot of things. I am a nutcase. I have never not admitted that. So anyway. All right, Lauren. We'll holler at you later. What are you asking? What's going on, Orlando? I'm trying to see. I'm a little lost on those last couple of comments there, and that's the thing too. It's so hard to communicate properly through text. I'm actually going to go ahead and move my stop loss up a little bit as we are pushing up. Get out of here, Brave. So I just moved it up a little bit closer to the trend line, because out of triangles of consolidation like that. Actually, this really isn't a triangle. Let me see on the hour chart. Yeah, it is. On the hour chart. It's a triangle. Because you do have all 3 wicks touching the top there. So that is a triangle. But, you want to have that stop loss, because out of these consolidations, just like they can break to the upside very quickly, they can also break to the downside very quickly. And this thing has been up. Ooh, HYMC. There you go, you guys. Breaking out of that little triangle. HYMC starting to run for you guys. Good job on everybody who got in HYMC. This has been one we've been talking about a lot. I've been in and out of it myself. I just was not patient enough through this little consolidation here. But with this gap up today, it's really starting to move. It did break to, well, let's see. Yeah, it needs to stay above 210. It's testing these tips right there. So we want to see that hold See the price hold above 210. 210 right there. There's a lot of selling on the level 2. Let's see if they can get taken out here. Oh. Anyway, Tesla might do another split. Yeah, I could see that happening. All right, so anyway, well, actually, if HYMC starts breaking out big, that may cause volume to leave DATS. Before we go here, because I am getting ready to go, I'm starting to get real hungry. Guys, I've been talking about it. Let's see, you do have resistance at 250 on HYMC. DATS, yeah, it's all right. But I've been talking about it, why the content has been a little bit lax on this channel and the other channels, because I've been working on the new and upgraded frameworkfortune.com. And the only thing that is locked off by sign up now with email is the Discord. So actually, here, let me just pull up a whole new private tab here. But as you can see on the home page, we now have ticker streamers with TradingView. So you can see that. The YouTube network, our partners and affiliates. This is just the home page. To start off, the whole top bar has changed some. Instead of it being separated in some weird ways that we had it before, now if you're just interested in the stock market content, you can click on stock market and it'll pop right over here. Give everything a second to load, as there is quite a bit of TradingView ticker streamers. These are all going to be kind of your stocks, ticker streamers, Amazon, stuff like that. I can always change these at any time. We do have the TradingView chart on here, so if you're on the website and you need to pull up a chart real quick, it's got all the indicators, all of that. If you're not using TradingView, you'll be able to use it at least a little bit for free here. And then as you continue to scroll down, we have the live stock trading channels. And we also have an active gainers and losers TradingView widget in here, along with all the trading toolbox. Everything has been added, including the TraderSync journal. If you're looking for something to journal your trading software, this is HH Trader's words about TraderSync. So there is going to be quite a bit of affiliate things and stuff like that, but they're not real crazy. Everything we put on here is to add value. So, like I said, you got all that on the stock market side there. Also, as well as my full list of lessons. And then we do have some news on the stock market page. So that just came out today. Biden boosts natural gas. And, you can come through there and check out that news. All this is free, by the way. You don't even have to be signed up to access this anymore. The only thing that you have to sign up to access is the Discord. I'm still logged in, so it's showing it, but that is wide open. The crypto page is wide open. Still going to be adding some things to that, but we do have the chart over here as well, and we have a nice little list of all the cryptos where we can separate on this little widget, this function, by market cap. And see, Bitcoin is the #1 market cap at 900 billion. So that's $900 billion worth of tulips, according to Daniel B. Or if you were looking for some quick trades, you can go and press the percent change button and it will sort these out in percent change. You can see whatever that is. Monero Classic is up 428%. You can also organize it by trading volume. And, and we'll be adding more into the crypto toolbox as well as the stock market toolbox. And then, of course, we added in the P2E gaming. Stonks and Chomps Gaming will be added to here in the next couple of days. Of course, Gods Unchained is one of our partners. We just inked another deal with another NFT game that we'll probably be bringing information for and covering. These play-to-earn games, blockchain games. You're earning NFTs. You're earning coins, tokens, whatever it is with the games. If they're going to pay you to play a game, why not? And then, of course, the blockchain project. Now that the website is finished, for the most part, besides small updates, the airdrops are my next thing to work on, as well as a swap and liquidity pool in Solana. So we'll be moving forward now with the timeline of the Framework Fortune blockchain project. But yeah, the website's upgraded, full of all kinds of new goodies and things to use, to utilize, all free, no cost to you guys. You know, if you want to check out TradingView, TraderSync Journal, nothing is pressured on there. Is all for you guys. If you decide you want to use TradingView, you can. If not, don't. Same thing. TraderSync, any of that. You know, I'm not forcing any affiliate links on anybody. That is just there so you guys have all the information and access to different things that we use, that I use, H&H Trader uses, and other people in the community. So, just wanted to throw that out there in case you didn't know. But that is the new upgrades. And y'all are talking about some crazy stuff right now. Oh yeah, Austin, I can walk through the browser real quick. Absolutely. So we're still hanging in here on DATS, HYMC still ripping on up, so good job, guys. Everybody who nailed this, good job. All the way up to 218. It's not a huge rip yet, but still, if you got in at 190, 180, 20 cents on a $2 stock, even if you bought just 100 shares or 200 shares, that could be a quick $40 scalp if it doesn't continue to run. Let's see, DATS is starting to push back up here to the top of the triangle. It's trying to pop back over 305. There's some selling at 305 causing some issues. But yeah, the browser, it's called Brave Browser. So if you go to Google or Google Apps, whatever the app store is, and just put in Brave Browser. And I'm probably going to do a video on Brave soon. And then you'll see Brave pop up. This is the Brave web browser, brave.com. Fast and secure. We'll just go over and show you guys. Best privacy online. Browse privately, search privately, and ditch big tech. So you guys know I am against big tech and all of their nonsense. And I am all for Brave. You can even have free private video calls in the browser. Google can incorporate into Brave, but you can also, it's just better to use Brave instead of Google as the browser. You can use your Gmails and stuff on Google. Very easy to, actually need to update Brave here. That'll be something I'll jump to in a second. But you have a lot of things with Brave. Stop being followed online. Brave blocks all creepy ads from every website by default. And that thing where ads follow you to across the web, Brave blocks that too. online privacy mode, all the good of ad blocking incognito windows. By the way, Brave is not a sponsorship or anything. I don't get any money for telling you guys to go sign up with Brave. I don't have an affiliate link. I'm just doing this or letting you guys know because I love Brave and it pays me to use it and doesn't steal my information like Google does. So, or any of the other browsers for that matter. And you can switch in 60 seconds. So you can, and I did this with when I switched over not too long ago. Quickly import bookmarks, extensions, even saved passwords. It's the best of your old browser, only safer. And it takes a minute to switch. It doesn't take very long. It literally took a very small amount of time, and everything, all my extensions, my wallets and stuff were put up on here. Now, as far as your crypto wallets go, if you put the extensions on here and you sign in or something and it's not showing the amount that you have in there, then you're going to have to import your seed phrase from your other wallets. So that may, if you're a crypto person like me who's got a bunch of wallets, that may be a little bit annoying, but other than that, it's very easy to get all that stuff like it said. It is a mobile app as well. And then you could actually see the comparison here of protection. And Google compared to Brave. Google's at the last of the list because Google doesn't do stuff. They don't do anything. They got a little bit of malware and phishing protection, but nothing. Safari, barely nothing. Firefox, barely nothing. Brave is going to block cookies, cross-site trackers blocked, all that stuff. And it's very easy to do that. Oh, that's my wallet. That's the wrong thing. But right here is your Brave kind of little dashboard. So you can see 0 items blocked from this. It will show you if there is anything. You can allow trackers and ads if you want to. But it's basically you don't have to buy a VPN because Brave is a VPN built in with its browser. Now I do have McAfee, but let's see. Wow. Y'all went real wild in the chat here. You caught me cheating in 4K? Yeah, the chat has went way off the rails. I'm not even going to get into all that what you guys was just talking about. But yeah, hey, more power to you guys. I did. I missed the party. You're right, Daniel B. No. Hey, what's the craziest part is Stonks and Chomps. Lauren is our moderator for all the channels, and she's the moderator who just so. Ooh, HYMC still moving up to 220 so far. So good job, guys. Guys, killing this play. I'm so happy to see other people making money, especially on a play that we have been watching nonstop. But all right, guys, it's almost 12 o'clock. It certainly is something for traffic, that sells quite a bit. Not exactly what I intend, but hey, I am not hating or shaming. You guys do your thing. No problem, Austin. And real quick before I go on Brave browser, just to make sure that if you want. So one thing about Brave that's really cool because it is on blockchain. If I pull up YouTube or something, yeah, we'll just pull up the website. What all did you block from YouTube? Well, you can see right there, whatever, all this cross-site stuff that's tracking on YouTube quite a bit. You know, they do have ad revenue and stuff, or ads, so that's probably what it is. But anyway, when you go into your Brave reward settings, like if you just open a new tab, you're going to see how much basic attention token that you're earning. So for March so far, which I only switched to Brave officially like 2 weeks ago. I've had Brave for a long time, but I wanted to give it some time and make sure that I vetted it real well before, recommending people switch from something like Google to a very. Brave is extremely well known in the crypto space, but not anywhere else. But when you go to your Brave rewards. Let's see, I ain't even verified this wallet yet. Oh yeah, reward settings, that's what I was doing. You'll come over here. So you get more tokens by viewing Brave private ads. So I just turn it on. The private ads are based on your interest as inferred from your browsing behavior, but no personal data or browsing history ever leaves your browser. So these ads will pop up like this one right here, this Brave Gear Up with Optics Planet, which, that's kind of stupid probably. Yeah, I don't know. It's guns or scopes or something anyway. It just looks like a basic regular thing. But a lot of projects for cryptos, new projects, new NFT projects, things like that, DeFi will pop up on the Brave private ad. So I keep it on, for one, because it adds to the amount of basic attention token that I'm earning. And for two, it shows me I learn about a lot of projects that way. But you can auto contribute to support publishers and content creators. And I have it turned off because I want to gain as much basic attention token as I can now. But you can set up monthly contributions, tips, anything like that to anybody who is on YouTube, Twitch, any of that. You can reward creators for the content you love, and it would go directly into the creator's wallet instead of in YouTube's pocket and then into the creator's pocket. So I'm not telling anybody to tip me or asking for any of that. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is if you're coming to the Brave rewards or the Brave browser, if you don't want to give out any of the free basic attention token, turn the auto contribute off. But if you do want to reward people for putting out great content, you can do that and send basic attention token directly to their wallet on site. There's like, I think, let me go to YouTube and see. Well, I may have, since I have it turned off, it may not, or well, I also need to update Brave. But anyway, like I said, I'll probably do a video on Brave on the crypto channel to explain it more and what's going on. If I remember correctly, though, I'm pretty sure that Brave is on Ethereum. It's not a normal browser. This is a blockchain. Let's see. Well, you can see Brave. You can see it's integrated into Binance. It's partnered with Solana. I'm pretty sure, let's see, is basic attention token an ERC20. I think it's an ERC20 token, which would mean it's Ethereum. Yeah, it is a ERC20 token. So yeah, Brave is on Ethereum. So you have the full Ethereum network backing your security instead of Google or Mark Zuckerberg or whoever else. Whew. Nice job, Orlando. You're green 4,300 on the month. Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me for now. I'm gonna call it a day. you broke the stream, Lord. All right. Yeah, if you haven't yet, go check out frameworkfortune.com. It's free. No reason not to. Plenty of resources, plenty of updates. We got the Framework Fortune blockchain project coming out. All kinds of stuff going on. Going to continue to expand in the next couple of months. We are really going to hit everything really hard and blow this community up to a massive global scale, so we can then have that collecting funding power of the DeFi on the blockchain project and be able to be a major player at some point against those institutions and those big tech censorship companies and all that nonsense. At least that's the goal and that's the vision, and none of this is possible without you guys. So I appreciate each and every one of you, even the ones that I disagree with and argue. I appreciate you guys joining me every day, being active in the community, and come join us in the Discord too, and get active with us there, as Framework Fortune is going to take over the whole entire globe. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.
This is to me, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering negativity.